and welcome to my YouTube channel. Yes, I'm so happy to have you here. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. All right, so on today's episode we're going to be talking about a movie titled Mandown, right? Mandown is a movie produced by Wole Olukoju, who happens to be my elder brother, and his wife Iyanuoluwa Olukoju, directed by my father, Victor Olukoju. Yeah, and I mean it's a beautiful movie. It has been released actually for a while now. I think since last year. It was in the cinemas, at some point. And if you watched Mandown in the cinemas, big ups to you. Thank you so much for watching Mandown in the cinemas. If you so I think at some point it was also going around. People were watching it in schools, and stuff. And now it has come to YouTube. I believe that for you to be watching this video, you should have watched Mandown. If you haven't watched Mandown and you're watching this video, I strongly implore you to pause, because you're not going to be able to relate to stuff that I'm going to be saying here, right? This is basically gist of Mandown. So if you've not watched Mandown, then you can't relate to this gist. So go and watch Mandown. I'll come back to this video. Okay. Mandown. I've seen that movie because it was produced by my brother. I've seen it nothing less than 3 times. I've seen it nothing less than 3 times, and it's actually a really beautiful movie. Forget the fact that I know the producers, right? And most of the people that acted. So it's a story about a girl, Bola, who happened to fall into sin, and her parents were all about their image. They cared more about their image than about their daughter or her safety or whatever it is that was. They didn't even care. They cared little about her life. Pretty much, they were just on and on about the fact that they were deacons in the church, they were elders in the church, and they couldn't afford to face shame, right? And whatever she had to do, she should do it. And obviously that means abortion. And, they were really brutal to her. They never allowed her, you'd see her say stuff like she had lived her life always to please them. She had never really had a life of her own, and even her younger brother committed suicide. And it just, brings to light some things that some preachers' kids face. I'm not saying all preachers' kids do face these things, but generally, actually, preachers' kids of pastors, of leaders in church, they generally face some sort of, I don't know, there's just this expectation from them that people expect them to be perfect, right? Even not just the preachers' kids, the preacher, because obviously you're a leader in church. People expect that your life is exemplary, right? And as should be. But at the same time, there's a sort of unhealthy pressure. I don't know. I feel like it is preachers' kids that can actually tell you these things, right? You in the auditorium, I'm guessing that people watching this video are Christians, and if you're not a Christian, you should give your life to Christ. Jesus is actually the best thing that happened to me ever, so you should consider giving your life to Christ. So if you're not on the end of if you're not a preacher's kid or a leader's child, you will be on the other side of the divide, right? And consciously or unconsciously, you just have this sort of expectation. Pastor speaking, she cannot afford to mess up. If anybody is doing anyhow, it must not be pastor speaking, because we expect that, this person is the shepherd over the flock. Whatever he is teaching us should start from his home. If he's teaching us to lead lives that are godly, it should start from his home. So everybody's looking at his home as the prototype, or the standard, or the example that everybody can see, which is natural actually. So she and her brother had that kind of expectation, or I don't even know if it was self-imposed even in this case, because their parents were also, their parents were unduly attached to their self-image, to the image that they carried in church, or whoever was looking at them anyhow. Because
see how you have brought such shame and reproach to us. She has to get rid of that thing.
Abortion?
Is that what you choose to call it?
There's no way I'm having an abortion.
You are planning on keeping that thing? You can't keep it. If what got out, what will happen to your father and I? We are finished.
And is that what matters, Mom? What people in church think of us, is that what matters?
Look, we have a reputation to protect.
Exactly.
Your brother almost destroyed everything we had. Now with this, you just wipe off everything left of us.
But what about me? What about my health? What if I die? And most importantly, what does God think about all of this?
What are your priorities in life, really? Because I don't understand. Why will how people are perceiving you in church matter to you more than the lives of your children? Like, how does that even make sense in any universe? Like, it was just, I was so upset. I remember when I was watching the rough cut of Mandown, right, before it was released, and I just got to that part where they were always saying, even, let's not, I'm already getting angry again. Let me treat one issue at a time. Let's talk about them wanting to take the life of their daughter, because that's what they were trying to do. I was so upset that, like, I don't understand. Like, how are you people reasoning? Do you people have no heart? Do you people have no heart? Fine, she has sinned, but that's not the end of the world. Is she the first person to sin? Is she the first person to... See, I'm already saying rubbish. Is she the first person to fall into sin? Is she the first person to commit fornication? I'm not saying that this is a license for you to go and commit fornication. I'm not even justifying her sin. I'm just saying, now that that has happened, is the next step to try to take her life as well? For what? Like, make it make sense. I was so upset at the parents. And, you know, I mean, I feel like Bola is really forgiving. Like, a really forgiving person. Okay, so let's talk about the fornication, the sin of fornication, the sin of fornication itself. I remember in the movie where she, you know, was calling her boyfriend or fiance or whatever. She was calling him and he wasn't picking, and she got to his house and learned that he had lost his mother. And, you know, both of them were vulnerable. He mostly was vulnerable, and she also was vulnerable because, I mean, you're seeing the person that you love in so much pain, and, you know, whatever happened. Whatever occurred. And, you know, when she went back, I remember that scene where she was scrubbing her body. I never seen it.
Lord, I surrender all. Cleanse me from all my sin, so I stand where I am fallen. You can take over everything. I'm no more returning to my vomit when it's clear that I am hurting you. Lord, I am sorry for the sins I commit when it's only you who can guide me through.
She was scrubbing her body as if she was going to be able to wash the sin off her skin, right? I'm sure she felt so dirty and so, oh my God. Like, I wish this was all a bad dream that could end, because, I mean, she never would have seen herself doing that. Someone that was a sexual purity advocate, church leader, a Christian. She really, truly loved God. And, you know, it was just so terrible. Okay, so let's talk about the part where what's be the name of that guy, Seth? Hey, Jude, sorry. Jude! Coconut head Jude. Jude that So, first of all, my first beef with Jude is that you are family friends. You're not even very close friends with someone. Maybe family friends, because that's what it seemed like. You're family friends with somebody. Maybe you've not seen the person in such a long time. Because at that proposal scene, she was surprised to see him, like, oh, Jude, it's been a while, and everything. So this is someone that you have never been talking to. It's not like you guys have a very close friendship or anything. And you decide that homecoming back into your life is proposal. Hello?
Thank you.
Please come.
Yes, please, let's go. This is great.
Yeah, we are.
Jude!
Bola,
Wow!
so good.
How are you?
You're looking so stunning tonight.
Thank you. How are you? It's good to see you.
Bola, I've known you for quite a while now, and I can't think of spending my life with anyone else but you.
Oh my gosh. I don't even know who to be more upset at, Jude or the parents that planned with him, or the church his auntie, his sister, elder sister, and the pastor, or the people that came for the proposal. All of them, they don't have job. All of them don't have work together. Because for you to attend a proposal with, I'm trying to make sense of this thing. Proposal videos that I usually watch, people that come for proposal are like people that are mutual friends of the couple. Oh. You, they invited you, come for proposal. You don't even ask who and who are getting proposed to. I mean, who is getting proposed to, who is getting married. You carry your two less legs. You went for proposal that, see, maybe I'm wrong, but I think I probably would have done the same thing that Bola did. I would have accepted the ring and gone to tell me that, bro, it'd be like, say, we have to admit you to a psychiatric ward because it's like some screws are loose. And that's just insane. Don't try that ever. Do not do that. Don't propose to someone that is absolutely unaware of your intentions to marry them. The person is unaware. The person is not on the same page with you. Unaware, number one. Number two, even if they are aware, they are not on the same page with you. Don't do that to yourself. Now, you know it's going to plan a whole proposal party. You have too much money to waste. Come and give it to me. Give it to me. I will help you utilize it properly. Since it's like you love to waste money. And then he kept insisting and saying, pray about it. She says she's not praying. It's not. I promise it's not by force. Like, it's not by force. Now turned out that he was not a terrible person at the end of the day. Anyway, Jude, this character was a rubbish character. I don't like that character at all. Anyway, I can't even believe that his Bola's parents did not even see through him. Like, how would they even see through him when their eyes are... I was so upset at Jude. I was very upset at the parents because they were so selfish, looking after themselves only. And the part where they found out that, that part where Bola left the house and she gave them the suicide note, and she was like, they should read it and find out why their son actually killed himself. Because all the while they thought he just killed. They didn't know why he killed himself. And then they found out. They're not crying.
Yeah.
I said, what's doing? Why are you crying? Why are you crying? Try that father.
You finally see. Good boy forever. Your soul, shape.
Why are you crying? She be performing hard guys and performing best in coconut head. Why tears? yeah. So that's that about that. I mean, don't be selfish. Don't do something and not expect your actions to have consequences. Do not the part like they took Bola's child, they poisoned her. I don't know what they were expecting, that she would wake up the next day and start shining teeth with them. I don't understand. When she locked her door, why were they banging on the door? I don't understand. What would you expect? That she should, oh, mom and dad, thank you so much for attempting to kill me. I love you. You're my best parent. I mean, you're the best parents in the world. Actions have consequences, and you cannot be selfish, and you cannot be a selfish person and expect that people would gravitate towards you. People will listen to what you have to say. Doesn't matter if you are their parents. See, their son took his life, died at an early age, went to hell for no just cause. Young boy that had a bright future, they took it. God will ask it of you, daddy and mommy Bola. God will ask of you. One last thing I want to talk about before I wrap this up is what's the name of that girl? I'm not sure I remember her name. The girl that, the pastor's daughter, Ruth. Yes. Okay, so let's talk about Ruth, right? There's this Yoruba saying, I don't know it's in Yoruba, but the summary of the saying is basically that you cannot be there's a way Auntie Lara used to say it, Auntie Lara Mommy used to say, I can't remember the Yoruba saying, but basically the point is, don't be showing another person's market when your own market is already pouring on the ground or it have scattered. That's exactly what happened, yeah. So daddy and mommy pastor that were showing another person's child and embarrassing the girl because she got pregnant, embarrassing her in front of the entire church. I'm not even going to comment on how that is such a terrible way of addressing an issue. I'm not going to comment on that because I'm not going to do that. Daddy and mommy pastor, now your own daughter, your daughter. Anyway, I mean it's sad because it's not like the daughter was wayward or anything. It's just sad because the energy and the efforts, the energy that they were using to look into another person's home and police other people's children around. I'm not saying they shouldn't do their work as pastors, but I'm saying that they should have used that energy to put their wives inside their house, and they would have seen that her brother, that woman would have seen that her brother was a devil and was molesting her daughter. It was just really, what if that girl had died? What if, and it's just so crazy. The mother never listened to her. She never had any relationship with her daughter, like a working relationship. It's just policing her up and down. Don't talk to boys. It's just really sad how that most times or sometimes we find that these things happen, that we are so judgmental of people, and then we tend to be looking at the speck in their own eye, telling them to remove the speck in their own eye when you have not removed the log in your own eye. And I don't even know if that is like an accurate description of what actually happened here, but it was just a case of just pay attention to your home, pay attention to your own, right? And make sure that things are okay in your home, and don't just be so focused on being judgmental about other people's children. I'm not saying that you shouldn't look out for, like, this is not me saying you shouldn't look out for your fellow believers or your fellow church members and all that, but I'm just saying, even as a pastor, you have a responsibility to look out for your members, but looking out for them does not mean condemning them. It's not the same thing. They're not the same thing. Looking out for your members doesn't mean throwing them down, putting them down when they are in need of your help, in need of your comfort, in need of your support. And that's exactly what they did to Bola. And it now turned out that, we've heard so many stories of these things happen over and over again, and we wonder, why do these things keep happening? Is it that these parents never learn? Is it that these parents just do not know? Some of these parents just do not know how to go about it, right? Are they so blinded to the things that are actually going on in their own homes while they are out there, doing the work of God, or actually doing the work of God? It is well. I pray that God will help us to, Mandown has so many lessons, and I'm sure that I could not have covered all of them in this movie, in this video. This is not a review, by the way. It's just me gisting about, you know, some things I found interesting in the movie, and I just wanted to rant and bant about them. So thank you so much for watching this video. I think I've come to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching my first ever episode of Rant and Bants. I'm going to be seeing more videos. I want to solemnly promise to bring good stuff your way. Only good stuff. Only good stuff. I hope to God that I can keep that promise. I hope to God that you guys don't get that out of me. Thank you so much for watching my video. I will see you in the next. Please do not leave this channel. See, as I'm looking at you now, just subscribe. I'm looking at you. Please subscribe to my channel. Please like my video, share with your friends. Comment if you watched Mandown, you know, leave a comment. I would be in the comments. I'll be reading your comments. Let me know what part, you know, was the funniest to you. Let me know what part made you so upset. Let me know, and let me know what kind of what movies or what books you would like to see me talk about in my next video. All right, guys, thank you so much. Bye.